Alright everybody, here's how you get a basic setup going for your video gaming platform, your channel that you're planning to do. So as far as hardware goes, I have got a Onikuma headset. I cannot tell you the model. I got this many years ago for my birthday. So grab whatever headset you want, it literally does not matter. For my microphone, I have an Apogee Mic 96K. And it does pretty well for me, but everybody has their own budget. And honestly, just look online for a microphone. You can find some, I think, for 10-15 bucks that perform very similarly, because it's not your microphone that really matters for recording audio, it is your software. So what do I mean when I say that? So whenever you come into the Discord here, or I'm sorry, into your OBS. This is for Open Broadcasting Software, or OBS version 30.1.1, and generalistically before. The way that you're going to set up your game here is you're going to set up a game capture, which that looks like this. You press this little plus button down here, and you click game capture. It's going to bring this up. You're going to click create new, okay, and you're going to put it on the mode of capture specific window. On your window here, you're going to choose what game that you're playing. For myself, it's usually War Thunder. And it will capture any game that has a window with a similar name type. So that with games like War Thunder, where it has different names, whether you're in a match or not, it will still capture your game. If that's not working for you, try any full screen application, though you can't alt tab out of your game at this point and still continue to get live video to your encoder. So I'm going to delete this here for myself. You can just press the delete key. You can also right click it. Now for your audio input capture, I'm going to show you guys two different ways to set this up. One of them is more simple than the other, but has less quality and also quality of life features. The first way is a basic setup with your microphone. This is direct capture. You won't be able to change any of your inputs unless you have a audio mixer from a different program or a actual physical mixer on your desk, which is a secondary piece of hardware. So what you're going to do is you're going to create this audio input capture the same way as before. Click this, click the audio input capture, and I'll go ahead and create this and show you. So create new. Make sure that you select a device. Mine is my Mic 96K. Yours will be whatever the name of your microphone is, or your headset microphone. So, how to set this up right? So, to sound beautiful to all of your fans that are eventually going to come along, you need to use OBS's filters. And if you didn't see that, you click these three little dots here, and you go down to filters. And you set these options up. You don't have to copy these options specifically, but if you do, like these sliders here, but if you do, you won't be in a bad place for it. And so, why do we have to set these up? So what a compressor does here, very basically, it takes a loud sound that normally would crack, fizzle, pop your microphone, and it brings it down to a hearable level. I've got mine to where it does -8 because I like to yell. And also for basicness, for basic guideline of things that get too loud, you've got this volume slider here, which tells you what decibels that your voice is coming up to. If your decibel, you want to be in this -20 to -10 range. And so I have this set up to keep me there. The compressor takes loud noises and pushes them down, takes the crackles, make sure they don't happen. So sometimes whenever you get a microphone, especially a high quality microphone, it needs a secondary gain output. It needs more power put into it. That's what this option is for. You can slide up, you can slide it down to get less power. Basically what this gain does in a very basic sense is it makes your mic more sensitive. So if you want to hear a fly fart from the other side of your house through the walls, turn the gain all the way up. I can't guarantee that you'll hear it, but like you will be able to hear much quieter sounds much more clearly and loudly. The second thing that it does is it makes louder sounds more loud because your microphone is more sensitive. Think about it this way. If somebody touched your hand on just a regular piece of skin, it feels one way, whereas if they touched your hand where you had a large cut, your skin would be a lot more sensitive. It would hurt a lot worse. So now we move on to our next one that I recommend, which is a noise gate. So what a noise gate does is it makes sure that little sounds like you licking your lips, somebody opening a door behind you, sounds like that don't make it into your audio output. It keeps things quiet. So your close threshold, anything below this noise level right here, does not register. It does not play into my microphone, or actually it plays into my microphone, but it does not play into my audio output. And the open threshold is -30, so anything above this point here, you guys can hear. So if I come behind my head here, and I'm snapping right now, you can hear it behind my, you can't hear it behind my head because it's too quiet, but you can hear it in front. Now, a limiter. This is a very powerful tool for making sure that your mix stays separated. You want your game audio to be quieter than your voice audio, and vice, the same thing in reverse. You want your voice to be louder than your game audio. So what this does is if I'm talking, you can see it maxing out to this point right here, which is -10. If I took this limiter off, you would see my voice getting way louder and reaching up into ranges like this. And so what it does is it does not let, even if you talk louder, it doesn't let the audio get past this point. This is very nice for especially for your desktop audio, because for your voice, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be louder anyway. But it is nice because you don't want people adjusting up and down their headphones to try and get around your voice whenever you get excited and yell. So set this limiter inside of this range here, between -10 and -20. Now on my desktop audio here, I have it set lower. I have it here at -20. The reason for that is I can be 10 decibels louder than my audio is at any point. And that's very helpful because it means that people can hear me clearly over everything else. So, what's the more, this is a very basic setup. You're going, after that, it's all encoding. So we've got audio sorted. You guys sound gorgeous now. We don't have an equalizer yet to make our voice sound double gorgeous, but we've got a compressor set up. Our voice is clear. It's coming into the mic. We aren't having any weird audio levels. So now we go into the stream itself. So what you're going to want to do here is go into your output. So for streaming, 13,000 kilobytes per second is 1440p. And in about that range. I could go up to 15,000 if I wanted, but I don't really want to because my CPU is only so powerful. The more kilobytes per second you put out, the more it kills your CPU/graphics card and takes away from your game. If you're medium weight, you could go down to 12,000 and still be streaming in 1440p by whatever it is, by 1080. You would have to look up, it's a quick Google search away to figure out what you've got. If you want to stream in 4K, if you have a 4K monitor, that's fine. I only have a 1440p monitor. If you only have a 1080p monitor, there's no point in going a kilobytes per second above that rate, above the highest rate that you're at. So, and this, you get this by clicking simple, by the way, on the output mode, or clicking advanced. You're going to want to make sure that your audio bitrate is about 160. YouTube doesn't take anything over 160, so there's no point in making it higher. You guys are not music people that are submitting your music to a database you're uploading to YouTube. So after that point, we're going to want to go to recording. So I can't change this because I'm recording right now, but under your recording quality here, you're going to want to do a higher quality. It does not take as much computer power to record as it does to stream. So you can set your quality higher here. Whatever recording format you want to use. Don't mess this up though. Do MP4. It goes into almost every single editing software in the world. I use DaVinci Resolve. I suggest DaVinci Resolve. Do what you want to do though. Past that, audio rate is 48 kilohertz, the highest it goes there for the sample rate. Make sure that your base canvas resolution here is set to 2560 by 1440. Another tip here, you can come into, if I can find it, you can actually come into your capture here and you can change up how this looks. Oh, here it is actually. So you can put an effect filter on, and you can do a chroma key, a color correction, a color key, and you can do some light pre-editing stuff here to make your stream look better. Sometimes I suggest, if you're video gaming to YouTube, putting on a color correction and turning up your contrast and your gamma a little bit. It'll make your stuff look more beautiful. People want to watch it more. I don't personally do that on this one because I do that post effects in DaVinci Resolve. But if you don't want to go through the trouble and you universally want to have your brightness up a little bit, that's how you do it. Now we go into the more advanced stuff, and I actually just downloaded this fresh so that I could walk through it with you guys and we would have no troubleshooting. So for SteelSeries Sonar here, if you want to have more control over how your audio sounds, I suggest this program. There are others that are arguably better, because for myself, Sonar keeps giving me this weird screeching whenever I use Discord. If anybody knows how to fix that, pretty please let me know. But we come into this here, we download Sonar, we click Sonar, this is what it asks. Select our game output. That's going to my speakers, so I'm going to select my headphones. Select chat output, I'm going to select this as well. Select media and aux output, those are both going to my headphones as well. And then my microphone, I'm going to select my mic 96K because that's what it is. And alright, ladies and gentlemen, I figured it out. You have to turn this on, which is streamer mode. And so what this allows you to do is have a personal mix and a game mix. And this is very powerful because it allows you to have two different outputs at two different volume levels. Very good for streaming and recording. So on my stream mix, I can have this going out to my SteelSeries Sonar stream. So as you can see, the output to what I hear, it goes to my headphones. The output to what everybody else hears goes right here to the stream. My mic input is once again going to be my mic 96K. And so let me show you what this can do. So I can put Discord under chat here. Oh, these are all going to not be able to be moved until you're not using them anymore. I'm in Discord right now showing a buddy how to do this. But you slide these under these, and let's say Discord is under chat. I can make Discord quieter for me but louder for the chat. That way they aren't getting in the way of my game audio, but my chat can hear them at an audible level. Same thing as with my media here. If I'm listening to music or my aux cable, whichever one you choose, it allows me to be listening to, for example, copyrighted music because I want to listen to some good music in life while I'm recording or streaming, and my chat cannot hear it at all. And they can be listening to something completely different. I can have them listening to YouTube music or something from a stream plugin, whereas I'm listening to my Spotify, just for kicks and giggles and an example. The other thing it allows you to do is change your game audio. I can have my game audio much louder for myself and quieter for my stream. And if I ever need to, if I have something crazy going on, somebody comes into the back of my room yelling the N-word, whatever, I can come into here and yoink, slide these right down, and you can't hear a thing, or click this button and nobody's hearing a thing. While I am quickly telling off and probably physically assaulting whoever yelled into my room the N-word. Now, to set this up for Discord, you're going to have multiple different outputs. So I'm going to show you how to set these up. So for your audio inputs, you're going to come into here and you're going to add a new one. And you're going to have to set up an audio input for every single one of these that you're going to use. And once you have all of these set up in a way, and you're going to have to mess around with it because every single way that these are set up is the way that you set it up. I cannot speak for you. But two big tips on it. Make sure that you have, whenever you're setting these up, you don't have it in a way where you can hear it and the stream can hear it and it's double playing, and where you have two inputs playing into an output, because that will make a feedback loop. It'll screech, it'll sound terrible, it'll double play for you. So make sure you go through your stuff, you watch their tutorials that they have. I'm not going to cover that. I'm showing you the software. Now on your microphone here, other thing that you can have, you have another level of noise cancellation for weird stuff that happens in the background. You have a secondary noise gate, so you can have stuff that's behind you that's being cut out doubly, and it has its own compressor so that when you get loud, you don't have to worry about it. It gets pushed down, and then if it's still loud, once it goes into OBS, it pushes it down even more. So I hope this helps all of you out. Please go check out some of my other content if you want, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.